Hey everybody, welcome. Operations video number 6. Today we're going to follow the westbound Roadswitcher, the Lethbridge to Nelson train. It's called Lenny by the Cruise. Now RTC has given us a clearance from Fort Macleod, and we're going to run to Cowley and clear up main track at Cowley. Now that's where we're going to begin our work. We are going to have an empty coal train following us led by CP 9679, so we got to continuously give him clearances so he knows where he can get to and how close behind he can follow, and we don't want to clog up the railroad by not giving up clearances. So this train is kind of a fun jack of all trades train. Typically 3 to 4 SD40-2s or SD40M-2s are assigned to this. Westbound will have ore concentrate on the head end, and that's destined for the smelter at Trail. You can regularly find an icebreaker car in this train as it traverses back and forth across the system. We've got empty bulkheads with racks on them for hauling logs, so we'll drop these at Burmest. And then these are lime cars that are going up to Summit Lime, but we're going to set them out at Sentinel. The back half of the train consists of cars for Nelson. We've got stuff for the paper plant at Castlegar, and more traffic for Trail as well. Now this train can run anywhere from 35 to 45 cars running west, so 3 to 4 -2s is usually enough power to get up the hill. Every once in a while, if there's additional traffic, helpers will be required to get this thing to the summit at Burmest.
SAR 401 to CP 9679.
Go ahead, 401.
Hey, we're clear west switch pincher, it's all yours.
As we roll into Cowley, the paper plant turn power is sitting on the paper plant lead. They're going to do us a favor and get some traffic onto the tail end for us.
SAR 401 to RTC.
Go ahead.
Hey, we're clear main track at Cowley.
Thank you.
401 to 9679, you guys can have the east switch at Cowley.
404 to 401, 8 cars to stop. 4 more. Anyway there.
This movement was covered in the paper plant videos. These guys are simply pulling out empty chip racks and stuffing them onto the back end of our train. If these guys weren't here already, we would have to do a runaround move down the main line, go into the paper plant, dig out the chip racks, and then set them out on the tail end of our train ourselves.
One car, 404. Half. That'll do, 404. And 10. Good joint. You're all back together, 401.
SAR 401 to RTC.
Go ahead, 401.
Hey, we're all put back together here at Cowley looking for a clearance to head west.
Roger, 401. Here you go. Item 1. Clearance number 22 to SR 401 West. 01-10-21. Item 3. Proceed from West Switch Cowley to East Switch Burmest. Clear main track. Item 4. Do not proceed until SR 713 arrives at West Switch Cowley. Read back, please.
Alright, I got clearance number 22 issued to SAR 401 West 01-10-21. Item 3, proceed from West Switch WST Cowley to East EAST Switch Burmest, clear main track. Do not proceed until SAR 713 East arrives at West WST Switch Cowley.
Good read back, 401. Item 11, complete at 11:35, RTC initials BAE.
Roger that. Acknowledged by conductor DGE.
Didn't take long for 713 to show up at Cowley here, dragging empty grain east. A bit of a traffic jam going on here as 9679 is still behind us. we're going to leave as soon as 713 clears and give clearances for that coal train to get up the hill. The RTCs send a switch tender up to the east switch at Burmest to get us into the siding and also to expedite the movement of 9679 around us on the main track.
Good roll by 713.
Popping out of Tunnel 1 here, we're about to get into the thick of things for the climb up to Burmest.
SAR 401 to CP 9679. We're clear milepost 39.8. You guys can have Tunnel 1.
Clear 39.8, 401. Thank you.
From a point between Tunnel 1 and Tunnel 2, the grade ramps up to about 1.85% and holds steady pretty much all the way to the east switch at Burmest. This train is always let out early in an op session so that you don't have to run into the helpers either coming down the hill or heavy trains in front of it trying to get up the hill.
SAR 401 to 9679. We're clear milepost 45.2.
Thanks, 401. Milepost 45.2.
To RTC.
Go ahead, 401.
Hey, we're just clearing up here at Burmest, but we're going to need some track out of the west end to get our work done.
Roger, 401. I'm going to run one around you first, but here's your worker. Item 1, clearance number 25 to 401 01 10 21. Item 3, work main track between Westwich, Burmest, and milepost 51.0. Do not proceed until CP 9679 arrives at milepost 52.0. Read back, please.
Alright, I got clearance number 25 issued to SAR 401 01 10 21. Item 3, work main track between West WST switch Burmest and milepost 51.0. Do not proceed until CP 9679 arrives at milepost 52.0.
Good read back, 401. Item 11, complete at 11:54, RTC initials BAE.
Acknowledged by conductor DGE. SAR 401 to CP 9679. We're clear main track at Burmest.
Thanks, 401.
Just to make things interesting at Burmest here, there's a forestry service road that cuts across the main line and the siding. So we have to make sure that we don't block that off. We're going to set out our empty log bunks here, but first we have to get the loads pulled out and set at the front of the lead. The loads won't be picked up by us. They'll be picked up later on by our counterpart heading in the opposite direction. So Nellie is going to come along, grab these loads, and forward them on to Fort Macleod. We have to just make sure we get everything in the proper order and we get the empties set out so they can be loaded for a later time. We can make some of our moves before we need to actually occupy any track on the west end of Burmest here. So we're going to get some of the moves taken care of while our coal train clears up and gets some distance.
2 more cars, 401. And by the time you get her stopped, that's going to do. You're good to push back for 20 cars.
Traditionally, coal heads the opposite direction out of Sparwood, but every once in a while we'll see a train that runs between Sparwood and Thunder Bay, Ontario, and that's what we're seeing here. This is the empties returning back to the mine.
Good roll by 9679. 2 more cars, 401. One more. And that's gonna do right there. Give me a tug ahead, please. You got a good joint. Hit ahead to clear the switch.
The log reload crew here at Burmest hasn't done us any favors. They've left one of the cars empty. Of course, it's the one in the middle of the consist, which means we're going to have to do a bunch of extra switching just to get things set up properly and spotted the way they should be.
Give me one more ahead, 401, we'll set off this last load. And back 2 more, 401. One more. Half car. And that's going to do that. Alright, 401, give me 2 back to a joint, please. One more. Half car. That's going to do that. Pushing back 3 cars, 401. Two more. One car. Half. 10 feet. And that's going to do there. Come here at 6, 401. Right, another half dozen back. One car. Half. And anywhere there is going to do 401. Alright, come ahead 2 cars, got to split for this crossing here. One more and that should do it. That'll work there. Six ahead to clear the switch, 401. One more. Two more, 401. One more. Half car. 10 feet. And that's going to do there. Can you pull ahead, please? end that's going to do there. Okay, tugging ahead. You got a good joint. SAR 401 to RTC.
Go for RTC.
Yeah, RTC, we're ready to head west from Burmest here. We've got work at Sentinel, and we're going to need track out of the west end there as well, please.
Roger that, 401. If you're ready to copy, here it is.
Ready to copy, RTC.
Item 1, clearance number 31 to SAR 401 West, 01-10-21. Item 3, proceed from Burmest to East Switch Sentinel, clear main track. Work main track between West Switch Sentinel and Mako 63.2. Read back, please.
Alright, I got item 1 clearance, number 31 issue to SAR 401 West, 01-10-21. Item 3, proceed from Burmest to East EAST Switch Sentinel, clear main track. I'm going to be working on main track between West WST Switch Sentinel and milepost 63.5.
Good read back, 401. Item 11, complete at 12:20 RTC initial BAE.
Roger, acknowledged by conductor DGE. SAR 401 to RTC.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just departing West Switch Burmest here. It's going to be lined and locked for the siding.
Thanks, 401.
401 to RTC.
Go ahead, 401.
Yeah, we're clear main track at Sentinel here. East Switch is lined and locked for the siding, and of course we'll be working out the west end here.
Thanks, 401.
And we'll split her here, 401, that'll do. Give me 8 cars ahead, please.
SAR 704 to 401.
Go ahead, 704.
Yeah, we're approaching your limits from the west, looking to sneak through.
Hold tight for a sec there, 704. We'll be clear in a couple of minutes. Mark one more to a joint. Half car. 10. And anywhere there's going to do. Pull ahead. That's good joint. 401, we're good back 6 cars, please. Three more. 2. 1 car. By the time you get her stopped there, 401. 8 ahead to clear the switch. And half car, 10 feet. That's going to do there, 401. Looks like a good joint. Give me a tug, please. We got him. To RTC, West Switch Sentinel line locked for main track. 401 to 704.
Go ahead, 401.
Yeah, we're tucked away in the siding here. You guys can sneak through now. West Switch line for main track. East Switch is still against you.
Thanks, 401.
401 to RTC.
Go Go ahead, 401.
Hey, hold on, it's Sentinel. Looking to get to Sparwood. Tie this thing up.
Roger, 401. Here's your clearance. Item 1. Clearance number 36 to SCR 401 West, 01-10-21. Item 3. Proceed from Sentinel to CLS Sparwood. Item 4. Do not proceed until SR 704 East arrives at Westwich Sentinel. Read back, please.
Alright, I got clearance number 3636 to SAR 401 West, 01-10-21. Item 3, proceed from Sentinel to CLS cautionary limit sign Sparwood. Item 4, do not proceed until SAR 704 East arrives at West WST switch Sentinel.
Good read back, 401. Item 11, complete at 12:40. RTT initials BAE.
Thank you, RTC. Acknowledged by conductor DGE. SAR 401 to RTC.
Go ahead.
Well, on the move west out of Sentinel here. West switch is lined and locked for the sighting.
Thanks.
To RTC.
Go ahead.
We are clear. West switch, Crowsnest.
Thank you.
To RTC.
Go ahead, 401.
You can show us clear tunnel 6, milepost 69.3. Do you have yarding instructions for us at Sparwood?
Track 2, 401.
Thank you.
We'll dive into Tunnel 7 here, spin twice through the RTC office as we drop down underneath the front landing of the house. We'll arrive in Sparwood Track 2, that's the upper staging yard. We'll spin this train around on the reverse loop. We'll remarshal, we'll load the wood chips, and we'll load those center beams and be ready to head back east as Nelly for next stop session. So that's it for this one. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe if you feel up to it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.